Hey guys, Summer Gorman, and I'm so excited that you're joining me again this week on Pursuing Hope. We're continuing our series of God's promises, and this week we're going to be talking about God's promise of justice. I'm sure each and every one of us have experienced at one point in our life some sort of injustice or something that just didn't seem fair. It's frustrating, isn't it? I remember one time I was driving on the highway and there was this guy zipping in and out of traffic. He cut me off and I was just really frustrated as I watched him continue to do this to all these people around us, and it was just frustrating. Well, about 5 minutes later, I drive past the same guy who has been pulled over by the police, and I couldn't help but think as I passed him, justice. You see, justice is actually a godly thing. It's something that it's okay to desire. But if we're not careful, our desire to pursue justice can become a desire to pursue revenge, which is ungodly. Let me explain the difference. Justice is focused on making sure that things are fair and equal and moral. Revenge is focused on hurting somebody else because they hurt you or someone else. Justice frees, but revenge binds. So how do we walk this delicate balance of trying to live in a just life, but not live in a revenge-seeking heart? Well, the first way to do that is to trust God. In Hosea 12:6 it says, "But you must return to your God, maintain love and justice, and wait for your God always." The Bible also says in Job 12:22, "He reveals the deep things of the darkness and brings utter darkness into light." No evil thing is hidden, and there's always a consequence for every action, even if we don't always see it. What it boils down to is us trusting God to be the God He promises. God promises us to be that He is just. We just have to trust that He is. But here's the other side of it. In Ephesians 4:32 it says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ forgave you." But Summer, you don't know what they did to me. You don't know how they hurt me. You don't know all the wrong stuff that they did to me. And you're right, I don't. But just as you would argue that they don't deserve forgiveness, I would argue that neither do you. And neither do I. Nobody deserves forgiveness, but it's still freely given by God. And because it's freely given by God, we should freely give it to other people. What better way to show justice to somebody than by choosing to not allow them to have the power to hurt you? What if we, rather than becoming wounded and hurt, walked with our heads held high, unscathed by what people did or said to us that would hurt us or be some sort of wrongdoing against us? God promises us justice. So walk in the freedom that He is who He says He is. Trust me, when you trust God to be just, you're going to be so much more full of joy and peace and compassion and kindness and just life overall. Allow Him to be God and just rest in the fact that He is and we aren't. My friend, you are loved, you are valued, and you have purpose. You just have to keep pursuing hope.